What's good, guys? It's Alissa. If you're new here, hello. Like I said in my last video, I'm going to be doing something a little bit different on my channel for this month since I am going through a transitional period. So if you're like, girl, I seen you wearing this shirt in the last video, it's been a week, what's going on? I recorded these videos back to back. So I want to do an Avatar: The Last Airbender shipping tier list. So first and foremost, of course, you have to go over the tiers. So the first one I changed them up a little bit. I have top tier. They could be in-game. I mean, they may have ended up in-game. They may not have, but in my personal opinion, the couple that is in this category could be in-game. The tier after that, I have we love to see it. So I kept that one the same. I feel like that's a universal thing to say. We love to see it. The one under that is I'm sensing a vibe, because, you know, it may not be something that's necessarily my cup of tea, but I'm sensing a vibe. The next one I have, which I've used before in my Black Girl cartoon character tier list, I have In Another Lifetime, because for me, that means not necessarily they could be something in another lifetime, but for me, maybe in another lifetime, I'm like, I could see it. Maybe if I was, you know, reincarnated into a frog or something, or reincarnated into a completely different person, I could, in another lifetime, maybe. And then the last one is why does this even exist? Because I guarantee you, I'm gonna look at some of these and I'm gonna be like, what the hell? Y'all done lost y'all minds. So without further ado, I don't want to do too much yip yapping talking. Let's get into the Avatar: The Last Airbender shipping tier list. All right, first on the list, they already got me fucked up. They already got me messed up. Zuko and Sokka. I'm gonna put that in why does this even exist? Or let me stop and think. Why does, or they feel like besties to me. So I'm gonna say, why does this even exist? Or maybe I'm gonna say in another lifetime. Look at me already being indecisive. In another lifetime, because I feel like Zuko in the episode that they're showing here definitely helped Sokka kind of come to terms with, you know, revenge and things like that, and vengeance and wanting to get back at the people that did you wrong, which interesting messenger on that part, because somebody definitely should have put some hands on him. Pretty sure Zutara did. Good for her. But in another lifetime, because it's like, you know, they definitely give bestie vibes, and that's definitely a thing where, you know, you could be a little thing with your bestie. So in another lifetime. Next is Zuko and Aang. Why does this even exist? I don't even think I have any further elaboration on that. Like, they don't even give big brother, little brother vibe. It's just not, like, I feel like their relationship dynamic is obviously like Zuko was hunting him down before Aang even knew he existed. So Aang wasn't even aware of Zuko's existence, one. Zuko was very much aware of Aang's existence because he's the Avatar. But also I feel like even in the end, it was just kind of like, we're good, you know what I mean? We're not besties or anything, but you know, I understand your plight, but also that is a no. Like, Aang is just so childlike to me that it's just like it's hard for me to see him shipped with anybody. That's just my personal opinion, but Zuko and Aang just doesn't, no. Who is this? Who is that? Mai and Ty Lee? I'm gonna say, why does this even exist? No, they didn't even like each other, I think, like that. Like, they just kind of had a common friend, which was Azula. Ty Lee and Mai? No. I don't even have any elaboration on that. No. All right, who is this? Suki and Sokka. We love to see it. Honestly, I really do love Suki and Sokka because they just, it's one of those, it's the, they weren't even enemies, because I definitely feel like this is in between we love to see it and I'm sensing a vibe, or maybe even a combination of both, because Suki definitely thought he was cute. Like, it was definitely giving, like, when you got a crush on somebody in school and you pick on them, which is not, that doesn't exist. It does, but it's like, if somebody is picking on you, it does not mean that they like you. Let's get real. But they definitely had that vibe of like those girls that would like take your hat and run off. And then Sokka definitely thought she was cute, I think, from the beginning. So that's the thing. But we love to see it because I feel like from the beginning, we got to see them from season 1 all the way into the season that we have now. We definitely overcame some things with Sokka's sexist remarks, but look where we are now. And then especially with the journey that Sokka went on, it's so interesting recording this video like right after I was giving my opinions. I feel like I'm saying the same things over and over. But the journey that Sokka went on, I feel like that's definitely what made them mesh much better, because he grew to be such a strong leader type. And I feel like Suki has always been a leader and a very strong woman. Strong girl. She's a girl right now, but we love to see it. Next, we have Zuko and Jet. I'm sensing a vibe. I'm sensing a vibe. They are like evil twin. Like Zuko and Jet, if you swap their personalities, it would be very hard to tell the difference between them. And I feel like with the same type of vibe that Zutara is, y'all know I'm Zutara, but Jet is like super anti-Fire Nation, but him and Zuko have very similar personalities. So it's like, okay, you hate the Fire Nation, but do you actually hate Zuko? If y'all got to know each other a little bit, I'm sensing a vibe. Definitely makes sense to me personally. All right, who is this? Oh, you already know. Zuko and Katara. Like, okay, I'm saying in game that's a little extreme, but like I see it. Like I definitely, like Zuko is definitely not as strong in my opinion as Katara as a bender. I feel like Zuko's still, he got some wiggle room to be a very strong bender. Like I feel like he wasn't those people that's like born into greatness. He's one of those people that you kind of mold like Play-Doh, where it's like, I see the potential in you. You got potential. I ain't gonna do no more singing, I promise. But like I see the potential, and I feel like Katara, not to say that she got to build up a man now, but I feel like he could definitely learn some things from her, and they could have been a very strong couple in the end. I mean, ain't nobody stronger than Aang now, but I could definitely consider them to be a strong couple because they are strong benders. But like just to see her do something different, I guess, would have been nice to see. But I definitely see them being, I could definitely say they could be in game because I see it. I see it. All right, who we got? Yue and Sokka. Personally, for me, more than I'm a Suki and Sokka, kind of, I'm a Yue and Sokka. I just love Yue. Like I loved the dynamic of she already was in a marriage, and it's like, but I love you. But I want you, and it's like, but you can't like forbidden love. Like it's kind of like that. And so I liked that dynamic because I definitely think that they really liked each other. Can we finally admit here that Sokka was player throughout this throughout the duration of this show? Like what? And I'm like, Sokka, like his side stories were just so fun because everybody else is just trying to learn bending and doing all this, but Sokka is like, I'm trying to find love. Where the pretty girls at on each island? Like, and finding his way, just learning himself, overcoming his hurdles that we know, and also just finding his way as being a leader of the group. It's just like, his story was so fun to follow. And it's like Yue, I feel like it's like, how did somebody like Sokka, who doesn't have bending, see a funny guy can laugh you into a relationship. He could definitely laugh you into a relationship. That's what Sokka has. So how the hell did he end up getting somebody like Yue? He laughed his way into her heart. And that's what I appreciate. Because I'm like, Yue is so, you know, polished and prim. And then Sokka is kind of like that more rough edge boy that, you know, she's rich. He came from poverty. I just love the dynamic, and I really wish things didn't end up the way that they did, even though Yue probably has been watching him kiss a million girls throughout this journey because she is now the moon. That is unfortunate, but I definitely would have loved to see them become in-game. Next, we have Mai. No, that ain't Mai. That's Azula. So is that Azula? No, I think that's Mai. That could easily be Azula. Is that Azula? This one? I don't know. That's definitely Mai. That's definitely Azula and Sokka. I'm sensing a vibe. I'm sensing a vibe. Like Azula is horrible, one. But Azula's my girl. Like, I think I forgot to say or bring that up in any capacity. Azula is my girl. I'm sorry. Like, she's horrible. Yes, but that's my girl. She's horrible, but I'm sensing a vibe. Because it's just one of those, I don't know what it is about scenes, like he hates her so bad, but I don't feel like Azula actually hates anybody. I think she likes being hated because it's kind of like how they say all publicity is good publicity, or is that yeah. It's like whether you love her or hate her, she's gonna soak it up. It's all the same to her. So you could hate her all you want. You could even love her. She's gonna soak it up the same. So with Sokka hating Azula's guts, that's why I'm saying I'm sensing a vibe, because she seems like one of those people that if you in her face and you trying to punk her, or she would kiss you. Does she not give you that vibe? Like Azula gives me that vibe. Like if you in her face and you really trying to get rah-rah with her, she's gonna kiss you. And it's gonna be like, what the hell? Now you confused because you like, wait, tensions is high. You just gave me a kiss. What's up with that? Here I am fantasizing about shit that never happened, but that's the vibe that I get. So I'm sensing a vibe. Let me be the first to admit. Next, we have, who the hell is this? Oh, that's Ty Lee. Uh-oh. Okay, so that's Ty Lee when they invaded the Earth's kingdom, I think. So I'm gonna redo this. So Suki, yeah, Suki is We Love to See It. Ty Lee and Sokka. In another lifetime. In another lifetime. Because I'm like, you can't have two funny people. Like somebody gotta be, in my opinion, somebody gotta be chill. And I'm like, she's super hyperactive and Sokka is kind of hyperactive, but he's just like a cool, funny guy. Like, where's the opposites of it? That's a balance, you know? In another lifetime, because I do think that, wait, didn't she like him? I think she liked him. Why do I kind of forget about that? So in another lifetime, I could definitely see it since she already likes him. And, you know, maybe you could just give her a chance or something. So, whoa, I didn't even get a chance to think about that one because I put in the wrong one. Next, we have Zuko and Mai. So I did touch on this a little bit in my last video, but I don't see it. Like, it just makes too much sense for me for them to be together, where it's like, you know, there are those people that's like, yeah, you guys just make sense. You guys should, but for them, it's like, I don't know. It's like, we don't really get an explanation on why Mai makes him so calm, because Mai is not like, Mai's personality isn't even like, I'm, you know, I calm people down when they're in the presence of me. Mai is very cynical. Zuko was already very cynical and stubborn, and in the episode that I covered, Nightmares and Daydreams, I'm like, I don't understand how this was like working. How was this a thing? Like, she doesn't even really know how to comfort him in a time where he's kind of expressing his feelings. And I think it's just a thing of like, when you know somebody for so long and it's like, we're just getting comfortable, you know, I've known you for so long, I can vent to you, things like that. But to be in a whole relationship and then also end up together as adults, also, that is just very strange to me, how everybody stayed together all this time. No, that just doesn't make sense to me. I'm gonna say, why does this even exist? Like, well, that's extreme, but let's just say it's because I dislike it. So why does this even exist? Next, we have, oh, brother. What? Toph and Jetara? That's her mother. That's her mama. What? Why does that even exist? Next, we have Zuko and Jin. Now, I feel like I've spoken on this before, but I'm gonna say we love to see it. And that may be really high on the, but I really did like the fact that, and I would have loved to see them touch on this even more, but I like the fact that Zuko was talking to someone that he didn't know. Granted, it's like these are under false pretenses. He has a fake alias and all of this. It's not real. But this, I think, was what sparked me to be like, Zuko could be, like, I feel like it challenges him more to break down the walls that he has built up versus him being with Mai, who he's known forever. So it's like, sure, I can sit and I can vent to you, but are you really challenging me? I don't think so. So him being with someone like Jin, I think would make more sense for his story, to really challenge him to break down his walls. Not saying that's her job to do that, but story-wise, I feel like that would have been really cool to see. Even though we did see it for a little second in this episode, but I feel like overall, I feel like that would have been great to see. Now, I don't think that Zuko would be a good partner to anybody. That's just me personally, because his personality and the things that he needs to work on is just like, I wouldn't wish those on my worst enemy, because he needs to work that out before he thinks about getting in a relationship with somebody. But that's just me though. All right, next we have Jet and Sokka. No, why does this even exist? Because Jet liked his sister, maybe, I think so, or Katara liked Jet. Sokka doesn't like Jet for that reason, and also Jet is just horrible. Like, no, I don't see this. Next, we have Toph and Sokka. No, like, no. Toph gives me the same vibes as an Aang, where I just personally can't see them in any romantic capacity. Like, that's a little bro and that's a little sis. So Sokka and Toph, like, you know, it's cute that she has a crush on Sokka, which also just simply didn't make sense to me. I think that they were just throwing romance in this show where you really don't need to put romance in something. Like, it's nice to see, but I feel like, you know, as people that watch that are romance enjoyers, lover girls, lover boys, lover people, I just feel like we're gonna come to our own conclusions regardless. Like, I want to see them together. We're gonna come to our own conclusions regardless. And I don't think anybody's jumping to the conclusion of Toph and Sokka. No. All right, we have Haru and Katara. I'm gonna say they could be in game. It kind of gives me the same vibe as Jin and Zuko, where it's like, I feel like it makes sense to the story, because I feel like the plot line between Katara and Haru is like, you know, they met each other, she helped him out, they overcame something huge together, and I feel like that really connects people. It doesn't even have to necessarily be a trauma bonding thing, but I feel like the plight of what they did and how she helped him out, I feel like there can be gratitude in that. And, you know, there doesn't necessarily have to be romantic feelings that form from that. But I mean, that's a nice meet cute, don't y'all think? Like, the way that they came together, and then also he was kind of like a younger boy at the time, and they got a little older over time, and it's like, what? That's Haru. Okay, like, okay, things like that happen, you know. I can definitely relate to that, where it's like nobody was really paying attention to you in your younger years, then you get older and it's like, oh, that's Alissa? When did she get that fine? No, okay, that's just me personally, but I'm saying even vice versa. For me, it's like somebody that you weren't even paying attention to, and then they get older, they do a little glow up, or maybe not even a glow up, but you just see something and it's like, that's what I feel like that could have been, which would have made so much sense if they ended up being in game. And I just think that if we're element mixing, you know what I mean? If Katara is a waterbender, she could end up with Aang, who's an airbender. Why are we not doing that with anybody else? Like, why is everybody sticking to their elements? Like, I just don't get it. That's just me though. Next, we have, who is this? Oh, is that Sozin and Roku? I'm sensing a vibe. I'm like, even after the beef. Come on, like, even after the beef, even after he left him for dead, I'm sensing a vibe. Like, I feel like they definitely loved each other very deep, and obviously not even romantically. Like, you can love someone very deep and it's completely platonic, but I mean, I'm sensing a vibe. Like, I'm sensing a vibe. I could definitely see that happening. And I don't know, for me, it just makes sense for people that already love each other so deep for them to be together. Like, not even necessarily that somebody's finding somebody attractive, but it's like, if the formula's already there, why not just make it make sense? And, you know, my toxic ship being Zutara, you know, could be a little contradicting with me saying this, but I do think that it makes a lot of sense for me, where it's like, if somebody is already established in a story or whatever media that they have a lot of love for each other, they would do anything for each other, they would save each other. Granted, we know how that story ends. It's like, why not just give it a try? Like, it doesn't have to work out in the end. You know, y'all could split, whatever, but just give it a try. Let's see. You know what I mean? Next, we have, I was about to say Zuko, Katara and Aang. Now, in another lifetime, Because I wouldn't say why does this exist, because I do understand for the future, Katara being the absolute amazing bender that she is. I see it. I'm not completely against it, but they didn't set us up. They didn't set us up for me to be for it. You know what I mean? So in another lifetime, like if Aang was not who Aang was, if his personality type was not the way that it was, which I mean, we can't do nothing about that now. So like Katara was just literally the mother of the group. Like even though her and Sokka are literally brother and sister, she still had to kind of step into that motherly role. And maybe that's just how she is naturally, but like, or not even motherly, I'm just saying motherly because she's a girl, but like a parental role of the group. Like somebody got to be the one in charge around here, because Sokka ain't the one in charge. Toph is definitely not the one in charge. And Aang could give a damn about being in charge of this group because he got bigger fish to fry. But like, okay, like later down the line, Sokka definitely stepped up a little bit, but Katara and Aang is just not my cup of tea. It's just not. All right, who's this? Mai and Ty Lee. I don't know who the hell that is in the back. So I'm gonna just say this is a Mai Ty Lee. But are they trying to insinuate a 3-person situation here? Mai and Ty Lee, or was that already one of them? Hold on. Yeah, I don't know. I don't even know what this is, so I'm gonna say why does it exist? Because I feel like I already answered that here. Azula and Mai. I'm sensing a vibe. It's the same as, who did I say that about? Jet and Zuko. You guys have the same personality. You guys have the same personality. Like, come on now. I'm sensing a vibe. They could definitely be something if they really wanted to be. But I feel like it's too equal for it to really be like something long term. You know, it's too much of a clash. But I'm sensing a vibe. If they really wanted to, they would. If they really wanted to, they could. That's just my opinion. And next we have Aang and Toph. Never. Actually, hold on. I'm gonna say in another lifetime. You know what Aang and Toph give me? You know those really assertive women in a heterosexual dynamic where it's like the boy is like, he's just gonna kind of be chill, zen, whatever you say. And Toph is just like, you need to do this, you need to do that, make sure you do this. That's what it gives me. So in another lifetime, I could definitely see that just because of the dynamic, especially that episode when she was teaching him earthbending. It's like, yeah, we all know those pairings where that person is like, oh my God, like she just be walking all over him. That's what it gives me. All right, Jet and Katara. I'm gonna say I'm sensing a vibe, even though I don't think that they should be together because Jet freaking sucks. I was gonna say the other F word, but Jet freaking sucks, like more than I feel like Zuko sucks. Like even with Jet's memory erased, like who knows what kind of person he could have actually ended up being, because the person that we got was kind of fabricated, you know what I mean? And Jet was playing the hell out of her. So not saying that I think that they should be together, but I do sense a vibe. I do think that Jet liked her in a way, in a sense that, but it definitely was for his own gain. You know what I mean? It wasn't for like, I like her, I want to be with you. It was like, I know that she likes me. I kind of think she a little cute, but let me see what I can do about this. So definitely toxic in a way that I'm like toxic, but y'all need to be together, but I'm sensing a vibe, if that makes sense. Next, we have Aang and Sokka. I don't know what the hell this picture is. They like swapped heads or something. I don't remember that ever happening in the show. So I think somebody did that on their own. Never. There's a lot in why does this even exist? Because some things make sense and some things just don't. You know what I mean? And some shit is just a hard don't. Doesn't make sense. Sokka and Aang is one of them. Like they're literally brothers. Like never. Everly, never, ever. Next we have Toph and Zuko. What? They barely even spoke. Like, no. And also just, no. All right, who is that? Is that Azula and Suki? Azula and Suki. Azula and Suki. Let me marinate on that real quick. Azula and Suki. This is a hard one. Maybe in another lifetime. And that's just me completely making that up. I don't even have to be any elaboration on why I put that there. Because I just don't know. Like, why, it's not, I don't have deep enough feelings of it to where I'm like, why does this even exist? But like maybe in another lifetime, I don't freaking know. All right, next we have, got a notification, my bad. Next we have Zutara and Suki. I'm sensing a vibe. I'm sensing a vibe. I mean, don't take your own brother's girl or nothing, but you know, they're related. Maybe they have similar personality types that maybe Suki can see in her that she's like, come on now. I'm just saying, two strong women together. I'm not opposed. I'm not opposed. There definitely should have been way more sapphic relationships in Legend of Korra. I don't know why I just thought of that. Like, that show definitely gives the vibe. Like, we definitely should have seen some more sapphic relationships. But, you know, you can only do what you can do. But that show just gives me the vibe. I was thinking future, and I'm like, okay, in the future, we have Legend of Korra. Like, that would have been sickening to see Suki and Zutara. Next, that looks like Suki and Zuko. No, I don't see that. I don't even think they really interacted, so I can't even go off of anything with that. Like, that's like way too, that's not even opposites attract. That's just way too opposite for me personally. So I put that in why does that even exist? Next, Sokka, Suki, and Zuko. No, I literally just said. And also, where'd I put Suki in? Like, so all three of them together, one of them I'm saying you shouldn't exist, one of them I love to see it. I'd rather just see Suki and Sokka. Like, oh, all right. I don't even know who the hell that is. Who is that? Zoom in. Who is that? I don't know who that is. I don't know who the hell that is. Yeah. I don't know who that is. So I'm just gonna put in why does it exist? Because I don't know who the hell that is. Mai and Suki. Did I not already do that? Mai and Suki. No, I don't see that. And then Jetara and Azula. Now, as a Zutara shipper, I would have to say in another lifetime, because they were like, don't fight me, y'all. Don't fight me. But like in another lifetime, only because I would say I'm a Zutara shipper, so I don't really have the elaboration on why it's in another lifetime. But it's like, I mean, I'm open to hear some elaborations, if that makes sense. But that is the end of that tier list. My goodness, I thought that was gonna be harder, or I don't know, but it actually wasn't that hard, because I think I'm standing on what I believe the couple should be. Some of these were a little new to me, you know, made me think a little bit, use my brain power, but overall, I think I'm satisfied with this list. And I think I should just point out who I personally think the end games could be. So Zutara, you already know, Yue and Sokka, and Haru and Jetara. Katara's in two of these, by the way. That's that girl. She's that girl. The one that's shocking me is the Haru and Jetara. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you would like to keep up with me outside of YouTube, you can follow me on Twitter or Instagram, which is always in my description box down below, along with any music that I use in my videos. And if you made it to the end of this video, make sure you give this video a big thumbs up, make sure you subscribe to my channel, and make sure you hit the notification bell to stay up to date with posts and uploads from me. But for now, I hope you guys have a great rest of your week, and I will see you guys in my next video. Peace.